Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Hexameister here. Hope you're all doing well. Uh, this evening I would like to talk to you about Halloween. It's Halloween in about 2 weeks. Looking forward to it. I love Halloween. I love the decorations and the orange and black colors and the spookiness of it and just the general vibe. Um, I love tricks or treats. I love seeing kids in costumes. Uh, I love all of it. If it's about Halloween, I love it. Um, Halloween, not to get into the history of it, but Halloween has been many things for centuries and centuries. In ancient times, it was the time of the harvest. And it's when the last of the things were harvested and cut back. And so became associated, and also like animals were slaughtered for the winter and such. And so it became associated with death, understandably, because we see the world dying. Like in the northern hemisphere, we see the world dying, and we see the image of the skeleton with the side, cutting things back, and that's Halloween right there. Halloween means All Hallows Evening, because November 1st is All Souls Day. I mean All Saints Day, where the Catholic Church honors the hallowed, the saints of the church. Um, I mean, it's as good a time as any to do it, since the time is to honor the dead and um, contact with the dead and the spirit world. Um, it's almost like the physical world and the spirit world sort of merge on that one night. Just this like weird. There's just this weird vibe, and I always laughed about churches that were like, "That's a night of Satan. We don't celebrate Halloween. Instead of tricks or treats, we're gonna do a little harvest thing at the church." Like, they're just being stupid. I mean, all of that, everything they do is dumb, and because they don't realize it, but they're actually adding more fear to a night that already has that underlying tone of fear, and it's fear of the unknown, fear of the dead, fear of death itself. But it's not a night to be feared. It's a night to recognize that the world of the dead, the spirit world, is literally right alongside of ours. And one of two times a year when it's very, very close, that when access between those worlds is easiest. And so that's celebrated because Halloween is actually a folk tradition. It is not a religious tradition. It is not like it's not a neo-pagan holiday or a Christian holiday or whatever. It's just a folk holiday. It's when we do all these folk traditions. Largely, it's all done here in the United States. It's my understanding that like England and Britain and such, they don't really get into it like we do. Um, but that's okay. We are such a mingling of cultures that, we've all had something to add to the celebration of this folk holiday. So the idea of like dressing up in costumes and going door to door for tricks or treats and such, I love that. It's fun. I grew up with it, and there's nothing evil about kids going for candy. Um, Even in Pennsylvania Dutch culture, back in the day, those little farmer boys would run around and like disassemble an entire buggy and wagon, then reassemble the whole thing on the roof of a house or a barn as a trick. Can you imagine? In this day and age, like going outside and you can't find your car, and there it is up on the roof of your house. um, Stuff like that. It was a night of pranks and mischief, and a night to dress up as something spooky. In modern times now we have stupid things like slutty nurse or whatever. I can't stand that stuff, but it is what it is. And we give out candy every year and books because we love books. Um, but yeah, so Halloween's fun. And for those of us who are like folk healers, folk magicians, folk witches and such, we we feel that the real vibes of this holiday, because we're more in touch with like the agricultural cycles and the astrological cycles and such, and the solar cycle, and so we understand that this is both literally and figuratively a time of death. Um, and that all the folk traditions that we do kind of stem from that in some way, shape, or form. And that's our way of turning something spooky and fearful into something fun. But even after like tricks or treats is over and everybody's turned off their porch lights and such, that vibe is still there in the air. And if you go outside, if you ever take a walk after tricks or treats, and it's quiet, and every once in a while you'll hear some kids laughing or screaming, whatever, because they're scared off in the distance, like that vibe is still there. You're very much aware that you're only like one wrong step or one left step away from the spirit world. And so the inhabitants of that world can see us just as we can see them. Those of us who have the ability to see or sense that sort of thing, or at least recognize that it's there. We're aware of it. So I love Halloween. It is a lot of fun, but it is also a really good time for magic, especially involving like our beloved dead, ancestors and such that we may want to connect with. This is a good time to try that. When we want to reach into those souls in purgatory and maybe ask Saint Gertrude to, get us one of them souls, and so they can do a favor for us. It's a good night for that. It's a good night for crossroads magic, if your tradition believes in such things. But yeah, just embrace it. Just embrace the whole vibe. Don't ever, just because, Pennsylvania German Brauchers are Christians, doesn't mean that we think Halloween is evil. I mean, no, we see it for what it really is. And it's a night for all things spirit, and to recognize the fact that we are all mortal, and that just like the agricultural cycle, just like the earth and the seasons, there's a time when we too will die. And that's just a part of life, and it keeps going on. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoys Halloween. It's, I don't know, like a week and a half away or something. I don't know. I've kind of lost track of the dates, but anyway, it's not that 2 weeks away, I guess. Very much looking forward to it. And I'll definitely take some pictures of my costume. I'm really proud of it this year. And yeah, so whatever you do for Halloween, make it awesome, make it fun, stay safe. God bless you guys. Love you. We'll talk again soon.